Good afternoon, student. Here I am Dr. Kshatriya. Today we are going to discuss the topic that is in supply chain management under the course title that is Entrepreneurship Development and Business Communication. So let's start our today's topic. First of all, we are going to discuss meaning of supply chain. So what is this supply chain? In this supply chain management, supply chain, it is a network of organization and business process. For what purpose? For procuring the materials, transferring the raw materials into the finished product, means from raw material to finished product, and distributing that finished product to the customer. So this is a supply chain. In this supply chain there is a lot of channel is there: supplier, manufacturer, distributor, retailer, customer or consumer. Okay, so this is the supply chain. Then what is a supply chain management? Supply chain management, it is an integration of what? Suppliers, distributor, customer, logistics into one cohesive process. It is a one process from how it is supplied to the manufacturer, then distributor, and then customer, logistics. Okay, all these things are under the supply chain overall management of the this from supplying to the finished product. Okay, so that is a supply chain management. Then what is the supply chain management process? This is the process in which it is one of the information system that automate the flow information in between what? In between the firm and its suppliers. Okay, firm means here manufacturer is there and its supplier, in order to what? Optimizing the planning, sourcing, manufacturing, delivering of product and services. All these things under the supply chain management process. Then we are going to see the next point, that is what is a actually supply chain. We are going to see the one of the example of supply chain. So here in supply chain there is a six channel actually is there: supplier of inputs, farmers, processor, wholesaler, retailer, consumer. We are taking actually example. Okay, so in this suppliers of inputs from farmer to the processor. Okay, then after the processing on that raw material, it after completing that product from that particular raw material, then wholesaler goes to the producer or processor to buy that particular product. Okay, in some cost. Then retailer buying that product from wholesaler. Okay, and after taking the in between that distributor also there. So retailer from distributor, they're buying that particular product and it goes to the consumer. So all this process we are going to discuss in later on, what is actually this is things are there. So in that again, what things flow from this supplier of input to the consumer, that is the movement of goods. Okay, information flows also, transfer of titles, purchase and selling, all this happen in between these channels. Then there is a downstream and upstream supply chain is there. So what is this downstream supply chain? As name says that it's from transaction between the organization and customer. Okay, from organization to the customer. Okay, so that is a downstream supply chain. What is upstream supply chain? Is the transactions between an organization and its suppliers and intermediates. Not only between their organization but also the suppliers. Suppliers come before the producer. Okay, so in between this relation maintained in between the suppliers and producer themselves, and also the intermediates, means the middleman is there. Okay, so to maintain the relationship between them, that is a upstream supply chain. Okay, so this is the one of the example. Then there is the two types of supply chain management. Okay, so what are the two types? First one is a supply based supply chain management and demand based supply chain management. These two types are there. Okay, supply based supply chain management and demand based supply chain management. So we are going to discuss in detail what is actually supply based supply chain management. So what is the supply based supply chain management? It is a traditional agricultural market. Okay, traditional agriculture market is there. So here farmers themselves plan to grow different crops according to their plans. Means farmers have their own choice to grow their crops, different crops, whatever the according to the season. Okay, here again what farmers consume the part of production and go through the market for selling that particular product. I mean, whatever they grow on their field, they buy that particular product to the market. For what? But selling surplus production at prices prevailing in the market. What is this selling surplus production? Selling surplus production is the difference between the amount the process is willing to supply goods. Means farmer want to willing on particular price, but they cannot buy that particular product on their willingness. Actually amount is received by him when she makes the trade. Means already fixed amount is already fixed by the market. So that is your surplus production, selling according to the whatever whatever the prices decided by the market. Okay, already decided by the market. So then how this calculated the surplus production? Difference between the market price and the cost of production. Okay, so whatever the cost you actually required for making your production and what is the actual market price, you can calculate your surplus production according to that. Okay, so then price prevailing, I already told that in that what there is a fixed amount is decided by the market. Okay, average price is there, is related to the 30 days approximately. Okay, so like that. Then next is the farmer have no control over prices. I already told there is a no control over prices by the farmer. Means sometimes farmer get more profit, okay, if the rate is high to related to the particular goods, but sometimes it will be the fluctuated, means it will be the less also. So they can take the advantage also, they can suffer also if they have the some minimum price for their product. So like that. Market again, what is the supply best supply chain management? Marketing margin is a very high. So what is this marketing margin? Marketing margin, first of all we should understand what is the margin. It is a difference between the amount between two values. Okay, so here marketing margin means what? When there is a producer is there, means farmer, after producer wholesaler, after wholesaler retailer, then distributor, then consumer or customer. Okay, producer producer produce the product, wholesaler taking the that what kind of the production is produced by the particular producer or farmer. Suppose 10 kg wheat is produced by the farmer. Okay, at okay, whatever the cost he required for that particular 10 kg, he sell that 10 kg wheat to the wholesaler for 400 rupees. Means wholesaler buying that wheat at what cost? 400. Okay, then next is a retailer buy that particular wheat at a 475. Okay, means price is increasing here. Okay, then distributor taking that 10 kg wheat at 500, and again consumer or customer taking buying that particular wheat 10 kg wheat at a 550 rupees. So this is a marketing margin. This is not marketing margin, but this is the way of selling and buying the goods from producer to customer. Okay, so at what cost wholesaler buying that particular wheat 10 kg wheat? At 400, and customer buying that particular 10 kg wheat at a 550. So there is a how much difference is there? 150. So that particular difference is called as a marketing margin. Means particular middleman having suppose this farmers sell their 10 kg wheat to the wholesaler, but he also required some inputs to that particular weight, that is suppose gunny bag is there, again packaging is there, like that. So they have some extra cost on that 400. Suppose 400, suppose they have some 15 rupees cost on that 400. So they added to that, and again some for getting some profit, they added the price on that 400. So that is a marketing margin. Okay, cost of particular products, and he added whatever the extra on that particular product. Okay, so like that. So here marketing margin is very high, and producer share in consumers rupees is low in a percentage. So share also low in percentage. So this is a supply chain management based on the supply. Then traditional channel of marketing, it is an example of this supply based supply chain management. Here producer, primary wholesaler, secondary wholesaler, retailer, and consumer. This is the flow chart. I already discussed all these things. Means here not only one grower is there, there is a lot of grower is there, means lot of farmer is there, 1 2 3 4 5. Then it is with the middleman, agent, wholesaler. There are types of wholesaler, primary, secondary, then retailer, then consumer, like that. Then we are going to discuss demand based supply chain management. It is a modern agricultural market. In this case, farmers themselves do not plan to grow crops. Okay, means here farmers have no vital role. Okay, when which crop is should be grown, on how much quantity, how much acre, sorry. So like that. So here vital role of in this demand based supply chain management is a big commercial houses. Okay, they have all the authority, they have vital role in this supply chain management. They estimates demand for particular crop by field level survey. They're taking the survey first. We already discussed in the previous class about the market survey. So they're taking the survey of market or the consumers customer survey, what actually want. Okay, what actually need of the customer, according to that they grow the crops. Okay, they grow the different crop on the in the different characteristics. Okay, here marketing margin is very low. How? Because there is only three channels are there: consumer, big commercial house, and producer. Means consumer is the main here. According to needs of the consumer, these big commercial houses are produce the product. Okay, so that is a producer is there, producer and consumer, in between that it is a linkage, in between these two this big commercial house is there. These big commercial houses are taking all the channels. Okay, so here only three channels are there: consumer, big commercial house, and producer. There is no any middleman. Okay, so like that. So here marketing margin is very low because there is no wholesaler, no retailer, or distributor. So all the costs are minimized here, and producer share in consumer rupees is high in percentage. Hence, consumer have to pay lower price on one hand. That's why the price of that particular product is a low, and producer get higher rate on other hand. So this is about the supply based supply chain management and demand based supply chain management. So I am trying to give some clarification between this. Again, I want to share one thing here. In this supply based supply chain management and demand based supply chain management, here demand based supply management is a why it is advantageous, because here market margin is a less, again high percent consumer get the product on low cost. Okay, again marketing share also getting the more. So that is the thing is here. Again, why this supply chain management is advantageous. Okay, what are the advantage of supply chain management? Here reduction product losses in transportation and storage. Okay, whatever the losses are there in particular product, it will be the less. Then increasing of sale, then dissemination of technology, advanced techniques, capital and knowledge among chain partners. Okay, then better information about the flow products, markets and technologies also there. Then tracking system is there, and tracing. You nowadays, suppose you are ordering any particular product from Flipkart or Amazon, you have the tracking facilities there. Okay, you can trace your product where it is actually and on which location. So these are the some advantage. Better control of product safety and quality also there. Then large investment and risk are shared among the partners and the chain. Then increasing efficiencies and increasing the volume of trade also, and most important is a customer satisfaction. It is very important. So all these things advantage of the supply chain management. So I am trying to give some conceptual idea about the supply chain management. I will provide all the supply chain management notes on the Google Classroom. Okay, and if you have any doubts, any questions, or if you have want any more information related to the supply chain management, I will share you on a Google Class. You can ask question on the Google Classroom. Thank you very much.